I'm suggesting something that means that it's sustained. This one mission, this one campaign is going to be sustained in between elections, throughout elections, past elections, daily, constant, nonstop campaign. Okay. Now, everybody can't just take off work. Everybody can't constantly be in the streets. Everybody can't do that. Simply can't. You got to feed your families. You got to eat. We've got to do some things differently. But when you have organizations that can roll people out in a rolling pattern, right? When you can organize, literally meet, sit down, have a meeting, a meeting, talk about the logistics of your campaign, what you're fighting for, what are your demands. Think back to the 60s. They did this stuff all the time. They would block traffic. They would do any number of things, and they would make sure that the work that they were doing made an impact. In other words, they would make sure people knew what they were talking about. They would educate one another. They would talk to one another. They would go to coffee houses. They would have these conversations with people. They would have home groups who would talk. Okay. Right now, people throw up a post on social media and they think they've done activism. They walk away and they're done. That's not going to get it done. And so when people say, well, what do we do? We're powerless. We can't do anything. I'm like, no, that's not true. It just requires effort. What you're reviling against, what you're not interested in, is the sacrifice. You don't want to have to skip the hockey game. You don't want to have to skip the baseball game. You don't want to have to skip, the community barbecue. Okay. You don't want to miss some family get together because you're so busy patting yourself on the back, telling yourself that you need self-care and you got to enjoy yourself and do these things, go to the beach, whatever. I'm here to tell you that it's going to require sacrifice, individual decision. You have to make a decision that you're going to be a part of moving that needle. You've got to make a decision that you will be part of that.